Hey, in this video, I'm going to share how you can relatively um, quickly get a basic GPT simulation set up for multiple buyer personas. So what I'm going to do is first open up my GPT dashboard inside of OpenAI account. Get that through navigating somewhere in your settings to starting with my conversation of the chat. Now, what I'm going to be making this based off is actually a prompt that I developed with Claude using a buyer's brief example for the SideHustle game, and did a few quick optimizations to basically create a prompt that is having it act as a simulation for different personalities based on the market segments. So I'm going to take this prompt, because I want this to be the context, and I'm going to actually upload the buyer's brief as well with first prompt to get the process going. I will go back to configure and modify the prompt based on the direction that it goes here. Hustle persona simulator, because I'm going to create this specifically for this buyer's brief. And so notice how now that I've given it this basic context, it's going to give me the role, constraints, guidelines, clarification, and personalization. Upgrade the instructions to include this. And sometimes it'll miss context or give back too much context. But in this case, its guidelines looks like they're being optimized based on what I provided it. So yeah, so prompt starters. I'm just going to say okay. It's going to update the GPT, and when it's updating this GPT, I'll be able to move over to the configure and see how it's actually getting things set up and add additional context and information from there. So now you can start to simulate the interactions. I'm going to go back over to configure. And so you see how it updated these dynamics when appropriate. Description. I think it actually gave the prompt starters. So it provided the prompt starters. It included the demo for SideHustle. I'm going to add reference demo SideHustle to buyer's brief for deep understanding of each persona and their perspective. It relates to what they value and to get from the brand. So I'll pause it here. You can see it's updating in the top right-hand corner. I'm just going to update it myself. And I'm just going to click View GPT. So now that I'm here viewing my GPT, so if I'm acting like this is an body based on the SideHustle game, here's the overview of the personas I embody. And so you can see here, it's taking on the role of these personas, and we can guide and engage inside of this ChatGPT simulation, however you want to steer the conversation. And we could customize the knowledge base from what this is referencing with specific context, additional works, conversations from individual customers to refine kind of their perspectives and considering doing an in-person event. So just a basic question, doing an in-person event. And so it's now responding here, like the different personas, the business strategist. And, from this point, you can kind of pick through which one you want to talk with. Tell me more. What are some types of content that would resonate with you doing X, Y, or Z? So another just example question, what would you hate about the event? Give reasons and cite sources. And so now it's going back into, again, from kind of their perspective, lack of clear structure and organization, overwhelmed competitive atmosphere, stifling creativity, again. And so you could almost take this any direction you want. And the more have in terms of context, and this was just the buyer's brief as a starting point, the more customer data and information about a buyer's journey, what's worked, what hasn't, can be used to, and the knowledge base for this particular audience segment, and all the different personas inside of brand might be reaching would be accessible here inside in an interactive nature. And so you can do that again once you have the GPT created. You can go back and edit your GPT, and then it goes up here. So I'm going to actually put that at the bottom, and you can be your own here and upgrading and things like that. So hope that you would find this use case helpful if you have customer data and or just want to take what you've created with a blueprint based on research and information and adding that to the knowledge base, way to actionize any number of content, from just discovery calls with the customers or clients to just brainstorming ideas and perspectives from AI versions of your ideal target audience. So I find this helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.